A civilian was killed during a federal law enforcement operation in a major city. Officials referenced a prior incident involving the officer. Footage raises questions on use of force. The agent is a military veteran with experience in border patrol, immigration enforcement, fugitive operations, and joint task forces. In a prior case, the agent was dragged by a fleeing vehicle, sustaining injuries per records. The agent involved in the shooting is Jonathan E. Ross, a 37-year-old Iraq War veteran who has built an extensive career spanning border patrol, ICE deportation operations, and service on the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. Throughout his career, Agent Ross has been involved in high-stakes activities, including fugitive operations where he pursued dangerous individuals, demonstrating his experience in intense law enforcement scenarios prior to the Minneapolis incident. Just months earlier, in June 2025, in Bloomington, Minnesota, Agent Ross was involved in a dramatic confrontation during an attempted warrant execution, where he was dragged several feet by a fleeing suspect's vehicle. According to detailed court records from that Bloomington case, Agent Ross sustained notable injuries during the vehicle drag incident, and the legal proceedings resulted in a specific outcome that highlighted the risks he faced, setting the stage for ongoing debates before the January 2026 shooting. Federal officials, including Secretary Noem, continued to staunchly defend Agent Ross's actions in the Renee Good shooting as justified self-defense, citing claims that Good attacked the agents and attempted to run them over with her vehicle. However, available video footage from the scene appears to contradict this account, showing Good's maroon Honda SUV turning away from the agent at the moment the shots were fired, thus challenging the official self-defense narrative. Community outrage has led to widespread protests across Minneapolis, with demonstrators demanding full accountability for the shooting, greater transparency, and an immediate end to ICE operations in the city, reflecting deep public concern over the incident. In response, the FBI has assumed control of the investigation into Renee Good's fatal shooting, a decision that has faced sharp criticism from Minnesota state officials who question the lack of transparency in the process. Minnesota authorities, including the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, are pushing for their own independent review of the case, but Secretary Noem has firmly stated that the BCA lacks jurisdiction, further complicating the multi-layered investigative efforts. The tragic shooting has prompted statements from a range of figures, including federal prosecutors, local officials like Mayor Fry and Governor Walz, and community leaders, each providing distinct perspectives on the events and their implications. This case underscores the persistent national debate surrounding law enforcement's use of deadly force, particularly in situations involving moving vehicles, officer safety protocols, and the essential need for transparency, especially as Minnesota has recently revised its use of force statutes to address such issues. Renee Good, remembered as a kind and compassionate person who had recently relocated to Minneapolis as a legal observer of federal actions and was not the target of the operation, was pronounced dead at Hennepin County Medical Center. The investigation remains ongoing with many critical questions still unanswered.